Hello, welcome to Bala Sridhar's Kamaraj Gadda's versatile channel. Hope that all is well. Due to pandemic conditions, take care of your health. That is very important. Health is wealth. So take all the precautions, necessary precautions while you are going out. Maximum avoid going outside, and while you are inside the home also take the necessary precautions such that sanitizing, hand wash, and all these things. So hope that everything will do well for you. Thank you. So coming to the class, in the last episode I explained about the mole concept. In that I explained mainly mole volume relationships and also mole particle and particle volume. Yes, mass particle and particle volume. Now in this class we are going to learn about empirical formula and molecular formula. Is also related to mole concept. So empirical formula and molecular formula. Definitions and how we are going to find the empirical formula or molecular formula by definite calculations. Now, so actually what is the meaning of this empirical formula or molecular formula? Is there any difference? Yes. If we go for empirical formula, so to understand this both, what is the difference? Let us take general situation. Suppose if you do a chemical reaction, a substance is obtained. So after the substance is obtained, we can do the chemical analysis. Means how much percentage the elements are present on that. Basing on that, we'll write one chemical formula. That chemical formula which you are obtaining from the experimental data may or may not be the molecular formula. Means we won't get the exact molecular formula there. So to avoid this confusion, we are using the concept of empirical formula and molecular formula, where you can completely understand how the chemical formula can be analyzed. Now let us understand what is the empirical formula. Suppose take, I think you are familiar about glucose, all of you. Glucose formula is C6H12O6. All of you know this. If I write in simple form 6, 1, 2 and 1, how we can write? CH2O. CH2O is the simple form of glucose. Now the simplest form what I am writing, that is called as empirical formula. Means what is empirical formula? The simplest ratio of all the atoms of different elements. All the atoms of different elements in a compound. The simplest ratio of the elements in a compound, we can call it as empirical formula. So for glucose, what is the empirical formula? So empirical formula, EF stands for empirical formula. So empirical formula for glucose is CH2. Now, what is the molecular formula? How we can define a molecular formula? Molecular formula is nothing but it is a simple, it is a actual ratio, not simple ratio, the actual ratio of all the atoms of different elements in a compound. So molecular formula of glucose, all of you know that it is C6H12O6. So this is the actual ratio. Means during the experiment what you are doing, obtaining a chemical substance or chemical reactions, there is a possibility of getting empirical formula also. So you must correlate both. To understand the concepts clearly, you have to correlate both. Then only you can get back the molecular formula clearly. What is the relation between these two? To understand this, let us take some more examples. Suppose question is asked, molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. What is its empirical formula? So what is the molecular formula? C6H6. So what will be the empirical formula now? You can cancel this, you can write CH. So CH is the empirical formula for the benzene. It is a simple ratio, it is the actual ratio. But some cases we cannot cancel the atoms. So then empirical formula is equals to molecular formula. Suppose take one example, carbon dioxide. Molecular formula is CO2. What is empirical formula? Is there any possibility to cancel? No. So the molecular formula, the empirical formula is also CO2. Means some cases empirical formula is equals to molecular formula. In some cases empirical formula is not equal to molecular formula. So what you can use statement? Empirical formula may or may not equal to molecular formula. Empirical formula may or may not equal to molecular formula. So that's why during the experiments, some cases you may get correct answer during the chemical reaction, the chemical formula, but some cases you won't get. So to analyze the perfectness, we are introducing this empirical. Now what is the relation between molecular formula and empirical formula? Molecular formula is equals to n times empirical formula. So what is n here? N simply we can call it as molecular formula weight by or molecular weight by empirical weight. Empirical formula weight. Got it? Hope that you are understanding the concept. So N is equals to molecular formula weight by empirical formula weight. Now, suppose take in the case of glucose, N value for glucose you want to calculate. So N is equals to molecular formula weight of glucose. I think all of you know C6H12O6 is 180. Means 12 into 6 plus 12 into 1 plus 16 into 6 by, this is glucose, C6H12O6 by what is the empirical formula? CH2O. CH2O means 12 plus 2 plus, or you can do like this, 12 into 1 for better understanding, plus 2 into 1 plus 16 into 1. So n is equals to, if you add this one all, 72 plus 84 plus 96 is 180. 180 by, so 12 plus 2 14, 14 plus 16 30. So 180 by 30. So how much will get? So 6. So n value you got it as 6. Now suppose you want to find molecular formula basing on empirical formula. So molecular formula is equals to n into empirical formula. So in this case, molecular formula is equals to glucose. If you take, what is n value? You got 6 into, what is the empirical formula for glucose? CH2. Multiply this with 6. So if you multiply with this 6, you will get C6H12O6. This is the molecular formula of glucose. Like this, we can correlate both molecular formula and empirical formula. These are the relations, very very important. No doubt. Any doubts you can ask or post me in the my video, such that in the comment section I can know that you got any doubts. Marriage LHS, right? No. What are the steps to calculate empirical formula? Means some data is given to you, some percentages of the elements are given to you. So you have done some experiment, you got some percentages of the elements. So how will find the empirical formula basing on percentages? That is called steps to calculate the empirical formula. So what are the steps? Means first you must know the element percentage. Element names. First one is elements present in a substance. Means what are the elements present? Maybe carbon, hydrogen, but all elements you must know first. The first step is, what are the elements present in a substance? Suppose if you take carbon dioxide, what are the elements present in carbon dioxide? Carbon and oxygen. Suppose if you take glucose, what are the elements present in glucose? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Like that, you must first to know the elements present in a substance. Second one is percentage of composition of each element. Percentage of composition of each element. Means what are the elements present in that, you must know the percentage. Suppose a compound contains XYZ elements. X is some 28%, Y is some 60%, and they won't use Z. How will do this type of things? So total percentage should be taken as, total percentage of composition must be taken as 100%. How much? Yes, 100%. So in this 100%, these two are present, means X is 28% and Y is 60%. means what will get z? So x plus 5 is equals to 28 plus 60. How much will get? 88%. But we want z. What is total percent? It is 100. So x plus y plus z is equals to 100. I think all of know this. So x plus y already you know 88. We don't know z is equals to 100, or simply we can write z is equals to 100 minus 88, that is 12%. Like this you can calculate in the given data. Got it? That is the percentage of composition of each element. First one, you must know what are the elements present in that. Second one, you must know the percentage of composition of the each element, means what is the percentage to that. Third one is molar ratio. Molar ratio of elements. I think all of you know molar ratio given mass by gram molecular mass or gram atomic mass. In this case, how will find molar ratio? Means element mass by percentage. 1 minute more. Okay, ma. Here molar ratio means percentage of the element by atomic mass. You must know the atomic mass of the element. Percentage of the element. Suppose percentage of the element is 25%. Its atomic mass is 12. So how much will get? Around 2 point, means 0 will get 10, means make it as 24, better understanding. So we'll get around 2%, means 24 by 12 is 2% we'll get. So like that we'll calculate the molar ratio, means percentage of the element by atomic mass. Not 2%, it is 2, because ratio no. So 24 by 12 is 2. Like that you can calculate for the different elements. That is called molar ratio. Next one is simple molar ratio. So what is the meaning of simple molar ratio? Means we are getting some ratios. That ratio should be divided by the least number, means least molar ratio. Dividing the molar ratio by simple means smallest, we can put as smallest or least molar ratio. Least molar ratio means in this what you are getting the least. Suppose take you got 4, 2 and 6, just for understanding. In this which is the least? 2. Divide all by 2. 4 by 2, 2 by 2 and 6 by 2. So what will you get? 2, 1, 3. This is called as simple molar ratio. So after getting the simple molar ratio, you have to make it into a whole number ratio. Conversion into a whole number ratio. And suppose you got in fractions. Suppose you got 2.01. Approximately you can take it as 2. Got it? 3.99 or 97. Approximately you can take it as 4. Means whatever the value you are getting, taking the nearest whole number. That is called as whole number ratio. Got it? Yes. Next one. After getting this, what we are doing? We are adding this one means empirical formula you are getting. How will get the empirical formula? So some numbers we are getting now. That numbers we are adding to the elements. So that numbers how will add to the elements in the form of subscript. Suppose you are getting 2, 3 and 1. So these numbers are added. Suppose x, y, z is x2, y3, z1. So we can write it as x2, y3, z. So this indicates the subscripts. Subscripts of elements. These numbers added as subscripts of elements. Means suppose you got 2, 3, 1. For x it is 2, for y it is 3, for z it is 1. At the bottom we are right. So totally we will get empirical formula as just x2, y3, z. If 1 is there, no need to write. So these are the different steps involved to calculate or to find the empirical formula. So what are the steps? Elements. First you have to find the elements present in a substance. Second one is percentage of composition of the each element. Suppose x, y, z is there. What are their percentages? You must know. Third one is molar ratio of the elements. That can be calculated percentage of element by atomic mass. Fourth one is simple molar ratio. How will get? Dividing the molar ratio by least molar ratio. Next one is conversion into whole number ratio. Means suppose you got some point decimals, that should be converted into whole number. I think you know whole number 3, 4. It's just solid number, means without any points. Empirical formula. At last, after getting the numbers, that should be substituted as the subscripts of the elements. That will get the empirical formula. So by this analysis, we can calculate the empirical formula. So hope that you understand the concepts what I explained today. So in the next coming class, we will learn about the practical application by taking some numerical problems. How we are going to find the empirical formula, molecular formula by the experimental analysis. Okay, ma. Thank you very much.